Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Clayton Furita here with another Dragon Curve video, this time on Godzilla vs. Kong. Now, when this trailer hit the internet the other day, pretty much everyone went wild with how exciting and fun the film looked on an entertaining level, and I think it's pretty obvious to see why that is. For over a year now, the entire world has been in some form of a pandemic lockdown, and blockbuster cinema that we're used to indulging in has all but vanished after 2020. That is, until they released Godzilla vs. Kong for all of us to see. So, my friends over at Dangerville have been covering this movie for years now, and both of them have been through the moon about how this could really be the film that Godzilla and Kong fans have been waiting for a very long time. And I have to say that I really do agree with them, because while I personally loved the dark and grounded approach that Gareth Edwards had to Godzilla in 2014, there were a lot of people who seemed to not be too happy with that interpretation of the monster. Kong Skull Island came out 3 years later, and I personally wasn't really into that because it traded the dark seriousness for campy 1970s Vietnam action. King of the Monsters was a film that was honestly quite messy and overbloated, with its human characters having very little in the way of serious development, but the movie still had an overwhelming sense of awe and beauty in how it transferred old Showa-era Godzilla monster battles into the 21st century with incredible and fun CGI. And yeah, I just said that. Of course, the first giant-sized blockbuster to get teased in over a year would excite the world in a matter of seconds, but I actually think another reason people are going crazy over this movie is simply the potential of the film's title fight. This is a movie with Godzilla fighting King Kong, two massive pop culture icons that everyone and their great-grandmother knows, and with a movie all about that, you know there are going to be interested people, even if they don't give a rat's ass about any of the MonsterVerse movies or really any of the old school Godzilla or Kong movies in general. It's no secret that a majority of which, by the way, have not been out of this world stellar, quote, classics on the same level as Lawrence of Arabia or Citizen Kane. In fact, the immediate sequels of both original films, Godzilla Raids Again and Son of Kong, are actively listed as some of the worst in their series history. If you look at like 90% of both Godzilla and King Kong's library of work, it's really just good old-fashioned monster movie schlock that's been hounded and hated by critics for over 60 years, but even if this movie ends up being like that 90%, I'm gonna be real with you guys, I don't think anyone really fucking cares. Now, you may think that that's a bad thing and that this is the evil movie corporations dumbing down society to simply separate you from your dollars, but at the end of the day, Godzilla and King Kong are well-known B-movie heroes who have built up a reputation of being exactly what they are. Of course, the 1933 and 1954 originals are far cries from these loosey-goosey depictions of over-the-top violence, but they're among the 10% that I think actually changed the landscape of their genres forever. So despite the film being looked at and even within franchises that are consistently lowbrow entertainment, they do come from special effects royalty. And I think everyone wants the movie to be as good as it possibly can be. There's no denying that, but you gotta get real with yourself and say this is Godzilla and King Kong fighting each other. If the movie ends up being a stinker in terms of plot, character development, and God knows what else, at least you got to see Godzilla and King Kong fight, and that is very important for what I think is understanding the general audience goers that have been locked in their freaking homes for over a year with nothing to watch. So, of course, this is going to interest them. At the end of the day, I actually do think, though, and this is very serious, that this could end up being my second favorite out of all of the MonsterVerse movies, because I genuinely think, and I'm gonna kind of contradict what I've been saying here, but I genuinely think this movie looks pretty good. In fact, I'd say that this might be better than Kong Skull Island and King of the Monsters, but I'm not so sure it could overthrow Gareth Edwards' Godzilla. That film, for me, I really like that film, and I didn't expect to going into it at all. That being said, Godzilla vs. Kong, there's just something about this trailer, man. There's something about the way everything is lit, everything is shot, and there's something, I guess, deep down where I'm just definitely holding on to hope that I can get a great movie out of this. I know people are going to be dogging on it. I know it's coming from a place where that's not to be expected, but so was Gareth Edwards with the 2014 film. And you know what? So was Peter Jackson with the 2005 film, and I fucking love that movie. Now, as far as the plot of this film, Godzilla seems to be on a rampage to take out Kong in order to secure his place as king of the monsters. A little girl has some sort of special link to the giant gorilla, and a prehistoric war that went down millions of years ago seems to be the catalyst of this great event. Whatever that final battle and overall story happens to be, I and a whole bunch of other folk are going to line up for it as soon as the film drops this March. But hey, those are all just my own crazy personal ideas and feelings on why this film is getting so much attention. Anyways guys, let me know what all of you think in the comments down below. Why do you think everyone is going crazy over this trailer? And would you like to see me talk more in depth about this stuff in the future? Whatever your opinions happen to be, I'd love to hear them in the comments down below.